Starting over has been both the hardest and best thing I've ever done. Going back to zero, no reputation, no customers, nothing. Risking everything, willing to look like a fool, and I did it 3 times. Sounds crazy, but the lessons I learned, they made me money and helped me live life on my own terms. In this video, I will share what I discovered after starting over 3 times and why it might be the smartest move you ever make. Do you feel like you are stuck in life, like this mountain climber in our example? Your inner gut is telling you that you have so much more to offer, but you don't know how to do it. Then this video is exactly what you need. We have all been there. Being in a job that's kind of mediocre, living a life that's not really mine, but I just have to do it, or being in a bad relationship that has a lot of potential. The hardest thing in life is to go back to zero and start all over. Why? Because we are afraid to lose what we have. That's why you see people stuck. They are not really willing to go all the way back to the bottom to start fresh. This video today is about that. I will show you how I did it 3 times, and you can copy my exact formula. Next, let's look at my personal resets. Number 1, I left corporate, a comfortable 6-figure job with all the benefits and perks, a nice 401k, and a career plan well planned out for me. What did I get in return? 0 money, 0 people, 0 market data, no certainty. But that's what I wanted. Why? Because I talked to myself. I was listening to my gut. And my gut was telling me that this is something I need to do so that I don't regret it at 90. Second thing, when we moved as a family back to Europe, I started my construction business. Exact same thing. I had not lived in Finland for many years. I didn't know anybody. I had no idea how the market worked. So I did the exact same background work before getting started, and then gradually was able to grow my company. So here I left a multi-million-dollar company behind so that I would start from scratch, right? Sounds pretty crazy. And why did I do it the second time? The very same reason I mentioned here. Would I regret this at 90 if I didn't do it? And the answer was yes. So then just face the fears, full steam ahead. Number 3, the hardest one so far, when I started my personal brand, started creating content organically here on social media. These are the videos that you see. Really the same thing. Lots of competition, more than ever. Billions of people consuming English content on YouTube and on all social platforms, and millions of people creating content. So trying to make name for myself, grow my personal brand, and help other entrepreneurs has been really the toughest reset, but also the most rewarding up to this point. So the common theme, as I mentioned several times, is my ability to talk to my intuition, listen to my intuition, and then do the hard things so that I don't regret anything at 90. Motivation is a big thing. Finding your why can move mountains. Well, how do I do it personally? I use mentors. These could be virtual mentors, people who I don't talk to even, but I just look up to them. When I compare myself to people who are better than me, I can endlessly keep moving the goalposts and get stuff done. That's how I look at it. I have a perfect story for you. Elon Musk, when he sold his shares from PayPal, he invested that 200 million accordingly. 100 million went into SpaceX, 80 into Tesla, and the remaining 20 million into Solar City. And he had to borrow rent money. That's wild. That's the game. Starting over, going from 1 to 0 is what very few people are willing to do. Most successful people, they want to start diversifying when they have made it, so to say. They have made all that money, they start playing it safe, not taking risks anymore. But not Elon, not the greatest people, because greatness in my mind lives in those scenarios, in those situations when you go from 1 to 0 and you're willing to bet on yourself, go against everybody so that you can go back to the top. Because that's what innovation is all about. Be willing to test yourself, go back to 0, be willing to be humiliated. That's to me what greatness is all about. So if you're feeling that pull, your gut is telling you that you really need to do this, here's my process to make this less terrifying. Number 1, it's the famous regret test. I put myself in my deathbed moment, ask myself, am I going to regret this when I'm 90? When I know myself, when I can trust my intuition, listen to it, it gives me always the right answers. The second step, we need to be able to face our fears. And there are 2 parts to this. Let me use myself as an example. The first part is that you ask yourself, why Is it that you're afraid of doing things? And then you're honest about it because, and then it keeps going deeper, deeper, deeper. Sometimes you have to ask yourself why 10 times so that you can really get to the bottom of it. Okay, now myself. Okay, remember my third reset when I started creating organic social media content. Before that, I was nowhere on social media. I didn't want to show my face or my name anywhere. Then I went full steam ahead, complete opposite, from 0 to 100. Okay, let me use myself as an example. Why is that you're not on social media? Because I don't want people to see what I'm doing. Okay, why is that you don't want people to see what you're doing? Because I like my privacy. Why do you like your privacy? I don't like people telling me what to do. Okay, why is that you don't like people telling you what to do? Because I want to control my own life. Okay, interesting. Why is that you need to control your own life? If I'm completely honest, then the next answer would be because I want to make sure that the outcome is as good as possible. Oh, interesting. So you're very outcome driven. In other words, so you don't know how to face adversity. So the real answer then is that I need to practice that pain. If I'm too outcome driven, which was my case, my problem, then there's no other way but to cut my ties to that end result and start practicing the process. Face adversity, daily setbacks. Understand that it's not about the daily wins and losses, it's the process. Because in the end, I always get what I deserve. That's how you really get to the bottom of that fear. Third, you practice it. In my case, what did I do? I was terrified to stand in front of a camera and face my fears. People criticizing me, telling if I looked stupid, if my message wasn't clear enough. What did I do? So I started practicing in private, recording videos and doing that step by step, lowering the hurdle. And then last but not least, just repeating it. When you numb the pain by doing it enough many times, it feels like nothing. And remembering, fear is a mile wide, but an inch deep. So it's not that bad. Starting over is painful, it's lonely, it makes you question everything. I know it, there's no way sugarcoating it. But it's also where real greatness begins, because 0 isn't the end, it's a start for something new. If you're stuck in the middle, listen to your intuition, it's always right. And make the hard decisions. Do something that nobody else is willing to do. Because everybody tries to go from 0 to 1. When people get stuck, they just stubbornly try to climb back up. But they can't do it. If you're willing to go all the way back to the bottom of the mountain, you have a chance to achieve something great. At least live life on your own terms. If you're in the middle of your own reset or need help starting over, please subscribe and reach out. I'm more than happy to help. That's it for today. Thank you for watching. I highly appreciate it. Thanks for your time and attention. I know it's your most valuable resource. I'll talk to you again in the next one.